The Arroyo Seco appellation, which literally means dry riverbed, begins in a steep, narrow gorge at the foot of the Santa Lucia Mountain Range. Moving east, the topography widens and eventually opens up to the warm, fertile soil of the Salinas Valley. Due to this extreme variation in topography, the region has a variety of microclimates and soil types. Deep in the canyon, vineyards are shielded from characteristic afternoon winds and thus experience warmer temperatures. As the canyon opens to the valley floor, the afternoon Pacific Ocean breeze cools the grapes, tempering their growth and intensifying the fruit flavors. The Arroyo Seco in Monterey County is still a relatively new area by wine industry standards. With vineyards first planted in 1962, this region was quickly recognized for its distinct climatic and soil conditions, and in 1983 was awarded its own AVA. The soil also varies from the canyon to the valley floor. The valley is composed of palm-sized stones, affectionately termed greenfield potatoes by the locals. These relatively large river stones provide adequate drainage for the vine's root systems, as well as retain warmth captured from the sun to prevent the vines from freezing during the frigid nights. In contrast, the soil found in the canyon is less fertile, forcing the roots of the vines to dig deeper for water and nutrients. This dramatic variation in terrain and weather within the Arroyo Seco AVA is reflected in the varietals planted. The eastern and central areas grow Chardonnay and Riesling, while Zinfandel, along with Bordeaux and Rhone varietals, are grown in the warmer canyon along the western end of the region.
The Arroyo Seco AVA is about halfway down the long, skinny Monterey AVA, and it is close to the Pacific Ocean, so that some of the weather from the ocean can come in through a narrow canyon in the west, and then it opens to the east, where it's actually cooler because of the influences of the winds from the Salinas Valley. So there's quite a range of topography in the Arroyo Seco AVA, including some rocky hillsides and some valley floors.
The most important thing about the Arroyo Seco AVA is climate, but also soil is very important. The climate is basically, in this area, we're just on the south end of the fog belt. So the fog comes in the morning, then the wind comes up, it warms up, and so we really have lovely sunny days here during most of the growing season.
There's a lot of rocks that were left by river deposits over the centuries.
Because of that, we have good drainage. We really can control the growth. We can irrigate a little more, irrigate a little less.
Which creates balanced growth. You don't want too much water or too many nutrients near the roots, because they would produce too much instead of fewer, higher quality grapes.
We also have very little organic material. So we don't have nutrient holding capacity in the soil, so our vines really struggle.
So it enables the grapes to ripen very well, but also very slowly, so they develop complex flavors and good acidity.
We're neither too cold, so we're unbalanced with acid, or we're neither too warm, so we're just in between, where we have this really good balance, and balance is what you're looking for in wine.
The gravelly soils and cool climate that produces world-class Chardonnays, Syrahs, Merlots, Rieslings, and Pinot Noirs, and will be there for many more years.